Making Tyvek beads is really good fun. You get some incredible textures. As you can see, I tend to like kind of rough, knobbly beads. You can make smooth beads, but I do love to celebrate the texture of Tyvek. It is really very good fun. So all you need for this is Tyvek, a metal knitting needle, and some wire to hold your bead while you heat gun it. I have various strips of offcuts of Tyvek here. I usually have a separate box of Tyvek offcuts, which are usually quite handy. This is a fabric weight piece that you can see has got metallic paint on one side and a matte green on the other side. It's quite wide. It's about as wide as my thumb. I quite like big chunky beads. That will probably come as no great surprise. You might like something small and dainty. That is entirely up to you. The main thing is to play and have fun. I've cut some wire to length just to hold the bead in place, so I don't use my fingers while I'm heat gunning it. And I'm just going to wrap the Tyvek around the end of the knitting needle, away from the end that you're going to hold it. So I just hold the Tyvek in place with my thumb, and then I twist it so you get the full benefit of the two colours, and then I wrap. And then this is when you need the wire to hold it in place. So you need a wire, just a thin wire with a memory that's going to hold it in place. You don't want the Tyvek slipping around while you're working. I'll just pop these to one side. So I'm just going to heat gun this now. I'll probably use the higher level because I'll get bored. I think you can see that that's starting to melt now. And what you need to be careful of is not getting the heat gun too close. Whenever you work with a heat gun, you work about an inch away from your work. It's actually hotter there. So just don't get too close with the heat gun. You need to be about an inch away from your work. So it always turns into kind of a chrysalis shape. It is a very beautiful shape. They make fabulous beads for necklaces. You can stick a brooch pin through it as a nappy pin through it and make a brooch. If you want to use the beads to wear around your neck, then you just roll the bead while it's hot to get any sharp edges off. Then you can roll them through. You can see there's some really lovely, rather crunchy textures there. And you can see because the Tyvek has been painted two different colours, when you've wrapped it, the secondary colour comes through. So it really is a delicious texture. You don't have to make them this big, and you can always chop them in half if you want to make smaller beads. So I'm going to work with the heavier weight Tyvek now. So the same thing, I'm just going to hold it in place, twist it. Oops, she said confidently, twist it, and then wrap it. So you get lots of different surfaces. Whoop. Hang on tight. Then you get lots of different surfaces to heat gun. So again, trap it with the wire so you don't use your fingers to hold it in place when you're working with heat. It's not going to take the skin off your fingers, it's just not good practice. So just need to get it tight enough so that the Tyvek doesn't slip round, which it is at the moment. The heavy Tyvek can be difficult to get it to stop it to slip. There we go. So that's all in one place and it's not slipping now. So I'm just going to heat this now. This is just pewter on both sides, but it should give us some beautiful effects as it's the heavyweight one. Oh, it's slipping a bit. It can be difficult to know when to stop. Usually it's about 2 seconds after you should have done. So as you can see, you've got a really lovely texture there. It's really working nicely. Love it. Here's another bead I've just wrapped up. It's got a bit of turquoise and green and silver on there. And as you can see, when I'm creating a bead, I do it at one end of the knitting needle and then hold the other end so that your hand is away from the heat, because obviously metal is a reasonably good conductor of heat. Although we're not using huge temperatures, it's just good practice. I'll just wait for that to cool down before I take it off, but you can see that I've been able to zap through various layers to expose the layer of colour underneath. It's a really pretty organic form. Again, knowing when to stop is a wonderful thing. Using different coloured strips wrapped together is really good fun. So have a play and see what you can do.